That's fair. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of, what are we calling it again? Shakespearean Degeneracy. That's the name of the podcast.
Sweet.
It's awesome. And this is Ian Ulrich, our
What's up?
guest, the man, the myth, the legend,
That's right.
repping his Chiefs Super Bowl.
Yes,
year.
sir. Best team in the league.
Yeah. Damn. It's going to be rough. I hate the Chiefs. But what you been up to since like high school? I haven't seen you.
Not much. I started college at Missouri State and doing IT work, which basically encompasses a lot of software development and stuff like that. I want to work for my dad's company. He does a bunch of software development, so that's what I've been up to. I've been following lots of sports stuff. Of course, I'm a Chiefs fan, of course. So, like, whenever they won the Super Bowl, grabbed like $500 worth of gear off of NFLshop.com.
You grabbed $500 worth of NFL gear?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yep. Yep.
I don't think I've spent $500 on clothes ever. I steal my clothes, bro. I just find them.
That's the way to go. Just go in there and just like go down in downtown, like in Detroit, and be like a black person, go down there and loot in all the businesses and stuff.
Damn.
That's the way to do it down there in the hood.
Oh my God, Ian. Okay. All right, so we're supposed to have some topics to bring up. Number one, let's. Here's something I saw that I think you would actually know a lot about, and I'm kind of interested in. Have you seen the Camaro they brought to Le Mans?
Oh, the Garage 56 entry, yes, sir. They did that in NASCAR development with Hendrick Motorsports. They had the fastest pit crew time there, and the Le Mans the inside crews weren't ready for that because they don't usually do that fast of pit stops and stuff. So whenever they had the NASCAR guys come there, they were like having to watch them and how they're improving stuff. However, I thought the Garage 56 entry would be faster, but the class it's in is in its own class because it's not like a required entry for like the other classes, like because they got different specs on the car.
Damn. You know, I don't know much about it. I just know like I've never even watched Le Mans at all, other than that one Ford versus Ferrari movie.
Oh, that was an amazing movie.
It was a good movie, but I'm thinking like I'm seeing all these F1 cars, or all these like European style cars, and you see a fucking American red, white, and blue.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
Blue. But that hard ass American muscle car.
Oh yes.
I don't care, dude. I don't care like if they win or not. If they're doing good, fuck Europe, bro.
Oh yeah, fuck them. We're the American way. Go America 24/7. We don't give a shit about the Europeans.
Bro, fuck the European. That's what I'm saying, dog.
You get the Garage 56 entry, it's gonna blow their doors all away. I imagine it's going on right now. I think they're like an hour 12 right now, but I'd say at the completion of the race, once all those other cars don't have the endurance to compete, I think Garage 56 gets like a top 3 podium finish, but it won't get first because it doesn't have the overall speed. But on endurance-wise, because we can build our cars really good over here, it'll get a top 3 podium finish for sure.
You think we're actually getting top 3 in Le Mans?
If a bunch of cars fail out of the race because of the rain that's happening right now, then I think they can get a podium finish. But I think they'll get a top 10, but I don't know. I think the podium finish is in reach, but I don't know how far.
How many cars are in Le Mans? Like
I think it's like 80.
80 cars?
There's like different classes though. I think there's like 5.
So even
classes.
top 10's kind of baller for a fucking Camaro.
Yeah.
That's baller.
For like the first time in it too. Like they just like tested this year and stuff, and this is like their first entry. Just think like once they have like a couple years, they'll work on the car.
That is wild. So I found out recently that like that NASCAR is not just tracks with left turns and circles.
Oh no, we have road courses on the cut schedule right now. We have 6 road courses. About 5 to 6 years ago, we used to only have 2, and it was Sonoma and Watkins Glen. Sonoma is like a more like short track road course where the speeds are lower and you have more radius turns and stuff, and you have to have more car balance there. And at Watkins Glen, you get like up to 170 on the straightaway, and you have to have more like top end speed, and it's more like for the top class road course drivers. Now we have 6 road courses, which are Coda, Watkins Glen, Sonoma still. Road America we did last year, but that's not on the schedule anymore. Chicago Street Course, which I have my feelings about because they just started development the track about 5 days ago, and we've already seen like people stealing the stuff from the track development there in Chicago.
Wait, the people been stealing stuff from
yeah,
Chicago?
already. I saw this thing on Twitter on Wednesday where they already took like parts of the track already, like development of the
track. What do they take? Like just like barriers or what?
Yeah, barriers.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool though. Like I'd put a barrier from a NASCAR track in my living room.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure. I would too.
That'd be sick.
I would too. I'm not really down on that race though because NASCAR's never done a street course race. Those are more like IndyCar based races. Like you have Detroit, which IndyCar ran last week because they have more because their cars can handle better turns and stuff. With the NASCAR car, you have to like turn the wheels sharp. So I think it's not gonna be a fun race. Don't be like any passes that race. So I'm not looking forward to that race.
Really?
And then you got the Charlotte Roval, which is another fantastic road course, which is in the playoffs, which is the only road course to do in the playoffs, which is more like it's like an intermediate track and then a road course inside of it. So it's like different than all the other road courses they run at. So those are like the 5 road courses. So those are all the left and right turns you do,
Right.
and then all the other courses are just left turns only.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw this is a while ago, but I was watching Indy racing on TV, and I didn't even like. I had never seen it before, but I was watching it for like 10 minutes, and then this guy comes around this turn, somebody slips off,
On
hits
the
a
tire?
barrier. Yeah, I think so.
Was the tire that fell into the stands?
No,
That
no, no,
missed
no.
the stands, hit the car.
A guy hit the car,
Yeah.
right? And then a guy came behind him and hit him and launched up in the air
Yeah.
and hit the ground, and it broke off the whole front, whatever it was. It wasn't an engine. I think the transmission got fucked.
Oh, those crashes can get dangerous.
But they replaced the whole front end of the car and had him back up in like 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Or
They
less.
can fix those cars fast.
That's wild.
Like what would take us like 2 minutes to do like a pit stop? Now in NASCAR, they have one lug nut. They can do a pit stop in 9 seconds for 4 tires.
What?
9 seconds, because they have one lug nut on each tire. You can.
Wait, how do you have one lug nut in each tire?
It's like a center lug. It's like a center deal where it's like an aluminum tire lug nut, and it's like rounded, and it's got like it's like built in really good, so it can hold the whole tire together. Like I don't know how they do
Pull
that.
up a video of that. Pull up a video of a 9-second pit stop. That is wild.
Yeah.
That's some Cars shit. That's some Luigi stuff right there.
For a
I wanna
4
see
tire
that.
pit stop.
Four tires in 9 seconds. You know how long it takes me to do one tire, Ian?
How long?
Too long, dude.
I
I'm
know.
talking like 30 minutes.
I know these guys are like athletes. Like these guys are full on athletes. They're like all these guys that do like the pit stops and stuff. They come from like wrestling and like college football background and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not. Did you know that? That's wild. You have to have like an athletic background to do a. Let's see that. The M&M car. Dude, I love M&Ms. They're so good. Oh, I'll talk to you about that too, because I don't know much.
That's my driver actually.
Really?
Yeah, that's my favorite driver actually, Kyle Busch.
Jesus Christ.
He doesn't race for him anymore. He was with Joe Gibbs Racing from 2008 to 2022 last year, and he won 2 titles with them. And his crew chief Ben Bayshore, he had him for 2020 to 2022. They did terrible. He only won like 2 races. Didn't win a championship. Didn't get into the final 4. So he's like, screw this. And now he's with Richard Childress Racing this year. They ran 14 races. He already has 3 wins this year. So he's making like a comeback toward this year. I think he has a chance to win the finale this year. If he gets enough playoff points right now, he has 16 playoff points because he has 3 wins, which is if you won a race, you get 5 playoff points. So he has 3 of those, and he has 1 stage 1. Each stage 1's 1 point. So he has 16 points right now, which is only behind William Byron. He has 17 playoff points right now. So, and I think it'll be William Byron, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, and I'm thinking Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex. I don't think Chase Elliott will make it this year. Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, and Ross Chastain will fight for the final
Bro,
spot.
that is
And then
wild.
whoever has the best car there, they've raced at Phoenix earlier this year, and Harvick had the best car, but Harvick won't be in the final 4 race. And Busch had probably like a top 5 car, so if they can continue that up better for the finale race later this year, I think he can get his 3rd championship.
3rd. See, you know what's crazy is you just rambled all that shit off the top of your head.
Mm-hmm.
I can't recite any piece of information anywhere that fast and that accurately. Oh my god. I don't even know what that means.
Followed up with, I made that up.
Yeah. When I say shit like that, I'll like pause and go,
I made that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it's so funny. Wait, okay. There was a thing, the M&M car.
That's not a sponsor anymore. That was last
Yeah.
year from an sponsoring
But-
last year. They went woke, so I'm kind of
That's
glad they're out of NASCAR.
that's what I'm talking about.
I
is
don't
know.
I don't even like M&Ms to begin with. All these companies that go woke, it's funny how I don't even like them to begin with. It's like a thing I have.
You have like a woke dar.
I can like predict it. I can like predict stuff before it gets woke. Like MLB, I haven't watched that shit in like 5 to 6 years, and now we see all the woke shit they're doing with the transgender stuff and like the Los Angeles Dodgers. Like the only team that hasn't supported that stuff is the Texas Rangers. I'm like all those teams are just falling for the nonsense.
That's
Crazy.
Wait, so okay, what was I gonna say? Did you predict the Bud Light one?
I don't really drink beer. I don't drink beer. I don't like.
Well, I
beer,
mean,
really.
like, did you predict Bud Light was gonna go woke?
Oh, I figured they would eventually. All the
Really?
companies sell out. The only good beer company in America is Yingling. They'll never sell out.
I've actually heard that Yingling's pretty good.
It's Philadelphia lager.
It's Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. Pennsylvania.
I've got like this uncle who talks about that all the time. He's like, we only drink Yingling because they don't,
Because they don't. Because they're the
Uh-huh.
American traditional lager.
which is crazy because Yingling is not an American.
No, or like
lager.
even look, they did like a diversity commercial with women in it, and like how there's just like women need to drink this beer. I'm like, no, not.
Was that the commercial where they have to like you return all your bikini posters from the beer companies?
Yeah, that's
They
the right
recycle?
one.
I did see that. That was funny. It did not tank their stocks as much as the Bud Light one
No,
did.
no, no. I think more people were looking for that stuff except for the transgender stuff. A bunch of people don't care about the transgender stuff. So,
Yeah.
Dylan Mulvaney, I've known about her for a year because I follow this guy on YouTube, Alex Stein. I think everyone should watch this guy. He makes fun of these people and like goes into these town hall meetings and just like rips these people apart at these council meetings.
Damn.
Well,
What-
like yesterday, here I want to talk about this. I just
Okay.
saw this on Twitter. You know Brittany Griner, right? The
Yes,
WNBA
yeah.
player.
Uh-huh.
So there was a story that came out like 2 or 3 hours ago, and she was at Dallas Fort Worth Airport and heading back and stuff. And Alex Stein went up there and confronted her, and now he's on the stories of like ESPN and like the Phoenix Mercury is like talking about how we need to stop with this bullshit and stuff. And like Alex Stein was the man that did that. He's standing up. He's standing up for everybody right now.
What was
Alex
he
Stein.
talking to her about? Like, what was he?
He's like calling her
confronting
out for like everything she did in Russia and stuff. Like she's like, you don't believe in America. Why did you come back over here? We should have just kicked you over there and stuff.
about? Oh, okay.
Calling
I
her out.
did think I thought it was crazy we brought her over instead of that Marine or
Yeah,
whatever the
like the
soldier
Marine's
was.
still over there that's sitting in
Yeah.
jail.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We traded the Merchant of Death. That was a wild,
Yeah, the Merchant. Yeah, that was.
wild negative EV trade.
Mhm. There was no positives from that one.
No, there was.
We get back her, who's a woke bitch. We don't need her anyways. Fuck her.
Damn. I mean, if that's how you feel, say it. We have no filter here.
Yep.
Um,
I'm gonna tell how it is all the time, 24/7. I don't give a shit about whatever everybody else thinks about me.
that's baller. I'm not gonna lie, that's baller. What else was I gonna talk about? Yeah, the M&M's thing. Okay, what happened with that? Why are they so woke, and why did Tucker Carlson get fired?
Okay, so first off, the M&M's thing. The M&M's went woke because they see their statistics showing like how they need to cater to their market value and stuff. Because I think the people that buy M&M's are mostly women. I'd say this is like a 70-30 ratio of women based.
Is that a fact? Like, is that true?
I don't know if that's true. That's just what I'm
I
saying.
love M&M's, bro. M&M's are so good. Like the peanut ones, the peanut butter ones.
Oh, those were probably good. I haven't had those before. Are they good?
I love them, dude. I eat them too much. And
So
like-
I don't like chocolate. That's the thing. I fucking hate chocolate. I don't do chocolate shakes. I
That's
don't
like
do
saying you hate
chocolate milk.
puppies, bro.
I don't do any of this shit.
You don't drink
I hate
chocolate milk.
I hate
Chocolate milk is America's
I hate
drink.
chocolate. I don't like white chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate. I don't like original chocolate. I hate all the chocolate.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's controversial.
it
That's
is
the most controversial thing you've said.
I don't like chocolate. I just don't like it.
Okay,
so
but
M&Ms.
what did they actually do to go woke? Like, was
So
it
they
just
did
a,
one of the M&Ms. I think it was like the green M&Ms where they put like the boots on her,
Uh-huh.
and that made it more diversive to like cater to like their women marketing place scheme. What they're trying to do to them. I think they're trying to make it more of a diverse situation than what it needed to be. If they would have just kept the M&Ms the way they're originally made and stuff, and like not diversify them and try to change the names of them, then we wouldn't have had an issue. So once they did that and tried to cater to their woke companies and like their woke people that buy them,
Is that woke though? Like catering to women? Because like women's not like a demographic of politics. That's just women.
I think any catering can be declassified as woke because you're trying to cater to your essential audience. If they would have just kept them like they normally were, like how many more women you think will eat M&M's chocolates now? Like most of the people were already eating M&M's.
That's true.
Why
Honestly,
would you need it? Why were you?
it doesn't
why were you
taste any
catering?
better
Why
if
were
it's
you-
got
why were you
boots
putting-
on.
Why all of a sudden just putting beats on this? Why was this not happening like 15 years ago? Why all of a sudden now?
It's true.
Like,
I kinda agree
obviously
with
there's
you
a
on that.
reason why it was now. There's a reason why it's now because it's the culture we live in today. That's the reason why they put the
So
beats on her
it's
now.
less of the act and more of the principle of the thing.
Exactly.
Like you don't. It's not so much that Eminem has boots on. Like why it's so vague and obvious that they're doing it to pander.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
I can agree with you on that. That makes sense.
So now to get to Tucker Carlson thing. Tucker Carlson for the mainstream media. I don't watch Fox News that much. I don't watch Fox. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch MSNBC. I don't watch PBS. I don't watch ABC. I
That's
don't watch
fair.
NBC.
I think it's
I
getting to
don't.
where most people don't.
I don't.
Just in general.
Yeah, exactly. I don't watch any of that shit. Fox News. I only watch two shows: Tucker Carlson and Greg Gutfeld. I still watch Greg Gutfeld's show because he's funny and it doesn't care for the woke shit that Fox tries to do. He'll probably be out next at Fox. But anyways, Tucker Carlson, the reason why he was fired is because he was talking too much truth about the Ukrainian war. He was talking too much stuff about how we don't need to be involved in that and like calling out the atrocities that Ukraine's doing on their own people and stuff like that. Whereas like the normal anchors on Fox are like, Putin's bad. We have to get him. We have to kill him. That's why they weren't fired. And also, most people think it's because of the Dominion lawsuit, which I don't think that was because Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham, they actually came out more against Dominion than what Tucker did. He had someone come on there and it's like, no, I don't think Dominion did all this shit. So it wasn't because of that. I think it's because of BlackRock too. BlackRock has a lot of stocks owned into these companies and stuff. Like they own the media.
Slow down. So for people who don't know what BlackRock is, including me, what is BlackRock?
BlackRock's like this dark market thing where it owns like these it owns like all these news outlets. It owns CNN, MSNBC, Fox, NBC, like all the major outlets.
Oh, okay.
It owns like a bunch of these companies. It's like a scheme that is like owning like all these people and it's telling people like what to control. So like people are thinking like they ousted Tucker, which I think that was a part of it too. Because they were telling the Fox executives like what to do. Like Robert Murdoch, who's the executive of Fox. There's a story that came out about him saying like the reason why he got rid of him is because Tucker Carlson was talking too much truth about religion at an event that he had over that weekend that he got released from Fox. And it's like talking about how God played a role in his life and how family values had brought his upbringing and stuff. And he's like, I don't like that stuff because his wife that he then divorced is like she likes Tucker Carlson and he didn't like her wife at the time, so he's like, I'll just fire Tucker because of that. But I think it's because of the Ukraine war, having like people like RFK Jr. on his show. It's like having too many base people on his show. That's the reason why he was fired.
Actually, I've heard a little bit about RFK Jr. and so far,
I like RFK Jr.
I like him too.
So if we were doing like a primary list ranking here of the candidates, I still think Trump's like my number one candidate. DeSantis, I've heard.
Do you think Trump will get like realistically will get the Republican
nomination?
Yeah.
Here's why I think Trump will get the Republican nomination. You see, look at the followings Trump has on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. More followings than Ron DeSantis. You look at like the boat parades. Do you see any boat parades exclusively for Ron DeSantis? You see numerous boat parades for Trump. If you look at like what people on Instagram, you look at the normies, which I call the normies that don't follow politics a lot. Right. They like post about Trump, but they never post like about people like Ron DeSantis, people like that. So that's why I think Trump will get the nomination, and he has a big rural base and stuff. So like the first couple of primary states, Iowa, which is a caucus state, I think DeSantis, that will probably be one of his better states with Mike Pence. Trump, I think, will still win Iowa, even though he didn't win it in 2016.
DeSantis is running with Mike Pence?
No, he's not. They're all in their primary field. So like you got Trump, DeSantis, Pence, Raslami, Nikki Haley, Asa Hutchinson, Chris Christie, Doug Burgum, Perry Johnson. Am I forgetting one?
I don't know if you're forgetting one, bro.
I think that's
knew,
9
like,
candidates. That's like 9 candidates there. Yeah, I don't like Nikki Haley. She is too globalist for me. She likes going into wars. She said something about the other day like, we need to take Putin out and like we need to fund more of the Ukrainian war. I'm like, what's this nonsense we're talking about? And then Mike Pence in his town hall on CNN the other day is like, Mike Pence is good on social values and stuff like that, but he's cringe. He's cringe on foreign policy. Like he said Biden's actually been too slow of providing military assistance to Ukraine. I'm like, what? What are we talking about here, Mike Pence? Excuse me. Now we're going for a full neocon here and like this like wanting to get more wars and providing military assistance. Like you just want okay, what's next? Sending U.S. troops over to Ukraine?
So there was a thing a long time ago you posted about it was like some story on some website you put a link to about how Mike Pence was like chased down and then executed and had to beg for Donald Trump's forgiveness. Can you elaborate on that? because I've had a feeling I knew it was ironic. A lot of people didn't, and were really confused. Or was it ironic? You know, I don't. Go ahead and explain
Okay, so
that.
there's like these. Okay, so there's like this thinking behind the scenes. There's like this cabal, and then there's like this cabal where these people are all connected to like this deep state territory, and you had this secret military and stuff. Like most people don't know about it. It's like this secret It's like very low key.
Right.
It had like these white hats. There's like I'd say there's like probably 150 to 200 military personnel people like they're just white hats in this group where they basically are spying on all these people and like they know where they're at all times. So basically what the story was alleging is that Mike Pence was at a hotel in Virginia, I think where it was at. Like I think it was in Charlottesville or Richmond, one of those two places. And I think this was like April 2021 if I'm not mistaken. And basically he was in this hotel. They said he shot somebody or something, and then like these white hats, like a group of 5 to 10 of them that came in and got him and took him down to Guantanamo Bay, which is down in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And where alleged like a bunch of people are stored down there and stuff. Like a bunch of these high officials and these white hats take them down there to like execute them and stuff.
Really?
And like and some people are alleging that these people eventually get replaced and made by clones and stuff, which I think might be happening. I'm not for sure with Biden and stuff. I've seen a couple different versions of Biden, so I think there might be like 2 or 3 different versions of Biden.
I think there's 2 or 3 clones of Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm kind of on board with that, if we're gonna be honest, because it makes sense, you know, because he falls off a bike one day and then the next day he can talk to people correctly.
Oh yeah,
so
he's fallen like 7 or 8 times as president. Like it's ridiculous. Like this guy has no stamina whatsoever. It's obviously he's dementia ridden. Like this guy should not be president. The 2020 election was stolen. I mean, the way this guy was in office is not the way it was correct. Here's the truth. Trump won Georgia, Fulton County and DeKalb County in Georgia was fully ridden with election fraud. I'd say there's at least 200,000 mail-in ballots that are fraudulent down there that they don't even take the time to look at. So Trump definitely won Georgia. Arizona, Trump would have came back, and then all of a sudden they stopped the counting down there in Arizona. Trump was losing by 400,000 votes with 70% of the vote in, and Fox News called the race. I'm like, Fox News, there's still election day votes in there, heavily going to be for Trump, and election day mail-in ballots will be heavily for Trump. And then as you noticed, once the percentage of the ballots that came in, Trump kept gaining on Biden, and at the end of the time, he was only down by 10,000 ballots. I'm like, seriously, and if you look at Maricopa County, there's at least 250,000 fraudulent mail-in ballots there at least. And if you go down to Pinal County, I'd say there's at least 10 to 20,000 fraudulent ballots there. Pima County, which is Tucson, I'd give another 30 to 40,000 fraudulent ballots there. Wisconsin, Trump definitely won. We know he has his base there in Wisconsin with his rural areas and stuff. He's the only Republican that can win Wisconsin. I think he won Wisconsin by 100,000. Pennsylvania. I think Pennsylvania, you could say that went to Biden or Trump.
It is absolutely wild. You have these numbers.
Michigan, I think Biden won. Trump only won that by 10,000 in 2016, and with the higher turnout, I think Biden fairly won Michigan. So out of the 4 to 5 that they talk about, Trump won 3.5, depending on if you want to give him Pennsylvania. So he definitely won the election.
That's crazy. Honestly, I know a lot of people that think that, and it doesn't seem that far-fetched at all. But I think one thing that most people are agreeing on now is like Biden is not.
Biden's not it.
He's not rerunning again.
Well, what we have here is these quote unquote independents, but with Democrats 80 to 90% of the time, they're like, I can't stand Trump for his divisiveness because I voted for Republicans all the time. But the truth is, you haven't voted for a Republican since like 2008 or 2012. You voted for John McCain, who was a terrible candidate. Like this guy just got crushed everywhere because he's a neocon. Like he can't even win.
What is a neocon?
A neocon basically believes in endless wars. Believes we can't talk about social values. Wants healthcare reform, stuff like that.
Woke conservative.
Oh yeah, but you can say woke conservative. Like they believe in like we need to send troops overseas and we need to raise the deficit. We can't be spending. We can't like if on the woke stuff they don't want much spending, but only spending on the programs they want spending on.
Oh, okay.
So they don't want like too much spending, but only on the stuff they want to spend on. Like the Ukrainian war, they would like spend stuff on that. But if you wanted to like bring back troops from like the Syria and stuff like that, they would not spend pennies on that whatsoever. Just on the nonsense they want to spend on.
Okay, that makes sense actually.
Whereas
That kinda
whereas
checks.
Trump's more of a populist view and a nationalist view, where he wants to make everything here in America, wants America first, wants to put
Mhm.
America before the world. Whereas the neocons want to put everybody on the same playing field. Basically, that's what their
Okay.
tendencies are.
Right.
It's basically the same thing. Neoliberals and neoconservatives are basically the same thing. Whereas neoliberals have more, they're like more for like healthcare reform and stuff like that. Whereas neocons are more like for the endless wars. Like the both the neocons and neoliberals both want endless wars. There, like the Democrat
What do you
Party,
think about that healthcare reform?
healthcare
Like,
reform.
what's your stance on healthcare as it stands?
I think there definitely needs to be some reform. I don't think Obamacare was the right way to go about it, but there needs to be like a plan. If we have like a good plan for it in the future, we can. I think we need to. I think our plan for healthcare reform needs to be lower prescription drug prices by a lot. You see like high prices for insulin, high prices for all these other
Right.
drugs people have to take. We need to lower those prices because big pharma puts
Right.
price hikes on that way too much. So that's the first thing I do. Second thing I do, I would give healthcare to everybody. Every citizen deserves health care, I think. Needs quality care. If they get sick or something, they should be able to see a physician like right away. So I'd
This is
give
crazy.
like,
Do you know most people don't think you have that view on healthcare? Like they align you with like the conservative, like all out capitalist, no healthcare at all.
yeah. I want all citizens to have the basic need of health care.
Wow, that's interesting. I think that's going to be a shock for a lot of people that listen to this.
I think so too.
Wow. Back to the clone thing though. I personally, I think they've been doing clones for years. I've had this theory that when Patrick Mahomes busted his kneecap, you know,
You think he got
he
cloned?
cloned. They killed that motherfucker.
You think so?
They put him down like a horse. Bam. Let's get a new one. They got 13 ready to go, like Palpatine, bro.
Who's your team?
I've been a Broncos fan since I was little, but they kind of suck ass.
Haven't beaten us since 2016.
Yeah, I know, Ian. That's why you don't see me wearing a Broncos shirt
I
right
didn't.
now.
I'll give you this though. I think this is gonna be this year. I'm usually really low on the Broncos, and I always predict the record really close. I think this year the Broncos, this is their best chance of making the playoffs since that 2016 team. I think
Really?
Sean Payton's gonna turn that team around. I'm really high on Sean Payton's coaching. His offensive schemes are really well. He always did really good in New Orleans.
Do you know how much of a disappointment Russell Wilson was to me?
Oh,
personally?
Russell Wilson sucked.
That killed me inside
Oh, yeah.
because I had like not been following at all. And then,
Did you know the Eagles wanted to get him too?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, the Eagles almost got him.
I thought the Eagles have like a solid quarterback.
They did. They wanted him last year before the season started. So you wouldn't have had to deal with Russell Wilson if the Eagles got him.
Well, if Russell Wilson would have been good, it would have been a good. But it's just
I think, but well, if, he started getting better as the season went on. Though last year in
Right.
that Chargers game, the last game of the season, he actually lit up that Chargers defense.
Yeah.
So I think, and with Sean Payton coming in to help him, Sean Payton will design the plays to Russell's liking. I think Russell Wilson will have a rebound year this year. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be like a top 15 quarterback, not like a top 10, but he can be like a top 15 quarterback this year, not like a bottom 5.
yeah, that was rough.
Where I think your defense will be worse though, because you guys got rid of your fantastic defensive coordinator. You guys got Rex Ryan now, right?
Dude, I don't know. I haven't kept.
I think it's Rex.
I haven't
Yeah, it's
kept
Rex
track.
Ryan. Rex Ryan. He was a pretty good D coordinator with the Jets, but that was
Uh-huh.
back in the 2010s, which was like that's like 13, 14 years
That's
ago. We don't know
wild,
how his
yeah.
defenses will react to the new passing style of the NFL, and
Yeah.
especially with the way he used to blitz and stuff. Like that's not a good game plan against Mahomes. So I think their defense will fall off, but their offense will gain. So I think they'll be like right around 500.
Honestly, that's an improvement. But I haven't followed the Broncos since like, was it the year after we won? Was it Wes Wilder? No,
Wes Welker.
Wes Welker
Yep.
as the quarterback.
He's a wide receiver.
No, not Wes Welker. There's a different guy.
Trevor Simeon.
No, he sucked. What was the other
Paxton
guy?
Lynch.
Paxton Lynch sucked. too.
Yeah.
There was a different guy. He came from. We went to the Texans afterwards.
Brock
tall guy.
Osweiler.
Yeah, him. That's when the last time I followed Brock Osweiler. Like, damn, he's good. We're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Peyton left, but we got this guy. And then like halfway through the season, he fucking sucked. And then I just kind of lost faith and watched us lose to the Chiefs and the Chargers over and over again.
Well, I hate these people that are like, you're just a Chiefs fanboy. Well, I've been following the Chiefs since 2009, 2010 season, where
Really?
whatever had Matt Castle, Jamal Charles, Dwayne Boyle.
See, that's my thing. Is like I
Jarrett
hate
Johnson.
Chiefs fans who became Chiefs fans. in the
I've been
last 5 years.
I've been a Chiefs fan all through
Right.
all those dark years.
That's who I can respect. Like people who have been wearing a Chiefs shirt since fucking Matt Castle was throwing
Yeah.
3 picks a game.
I know.
That's who I can
I know.
respect.
Not these new fanboys.
Oh, these fair weather assholes. They suck. But what was I saying? Yeah, no, I think they're doing a lot of sci-fi shit behind the curtain.
I do too. This won't get released to the public, or the mainstream will never talk about it because it's too deep for them to talk about, or they'll get cut off the air like Tucker Carlson and all this, so they can't be
This?
talking about that stuff.
Nobody's gonna watch this, dude. We're thinking like this is gonna get posted, and then like maybe 30 people watch it, and then some of the clips get seen by more than that. But you don't have to worry about the deep state finding us because I can't even find us.
I'm not worried about the deep state. They come to my house. I'll show them what I got.
What do you got? Don't wait. Maybe you can't. Maybe you can't say on air. Maybe you can't say what you got. Ian has nothing illegal.
All right,
For the
so
record.
I want to get into talking about women in this culture and like
Really?
how I deal with women. So the way I like my women, first off, my number one takeaway from women: you can't be a blondes. Blondes, what do blondes do in this society? They're like all fucking dumb. Like these motherfuckers are so fucking stupid. I mean, they're
The blondes
terrible.
are?
The blondes, yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
They don't look
No, that
cute.
checks.
They're like all full of shit.
You hear
They-
that? All of you blondes, like the three of you that watch this, you're dumb.
Exactly. Brunettes are the way to go. Brunettes.
Brunettes are the way to go.
If you look like an Ashley St. Clair, come to my way because I'll show you.
Who's
I'll show
Ashley?
you a
Pull up
couple
Ashley
things.
St. Clair. Let's see Ian's type. And if anyone who watched this looks like this girl, hit up Ian. His what's your Instagram handle?
What?
Plug your Instagram.
I don't do Instagram. I got off that pedo stuff.
Don't do Instagram. If you're on Instagram, Ian doesn't want you.
Is that no? That's put TP USA after it.
TPUSA. Oh, the Donald Trump Jr.'s girl?
No,
No.
she has a Twitter. How do you spell it? It's ST. ST is ST and then Claire CLAIR.
Oh, St. Clair.
Yeah, ST.
Yeah. This.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Ian was right. Put that up here so we can all. Ian was correct. If you look like Ashley St. Clair, hit me up also, not just Ian. Damn. All right.
So
Maybe.
if you look like her, have her same values, that's the type of woman I want.
What are her values?
Family values. She prioritizes the family before anything. So if you have family values and don't believe in the woke shit that's been going on in our nation, and look like her, are like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, then hit me up in my Snapchat.
I can respect that. Wait, don't plug your Snapchat.
No.
What are you gonna? Do you have a Twitter? They can
I have a
hit you
Twitter.
up? Or
I
plug
don't.
your-
No one like. I have 500 followers, but no one locally knows about it.
Oh, so you don't
It's like
want
it's no, I can share it. I can share it. It's NASCAR_channel.
NASCAR_channel. And you have 500 followers.
Yeah.
All right, so if you look like Ashley St. Clair and share her values, hit up NASCAR_channel on Twitter to get Ian Snap, because he's not gonna give it to you on here.
That's my handle name, but I go by Renew America.
That too. Renew America. Damn. All right, so elaborate more. There's got to be more than just not blonde and family.
Oh, there's a
values.
lot more. So you need to not be vaccinated. If you're vaccinated, I'm not going in for anything at all. I think
Really?
I don't like no.
One thing I do believe, like I don't know how much, I don't know if vaccines like make your kids come out wrong, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
do think that
autism.
it did cause a little bit. Like there's studies that show it caused heart problems.
Heart problems,
Like within
myocarditis.
the-
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, within the first few months of it, like people getting
I
vaccinated.
know someone that doesn't even call it a vaccine. They just call it like a bioweapon. They're like, I can't stand for people calling it a vaccine. If he calls it a vaccine, he just yells over people
Yeah.
like, it's a bioweapon.
Yeah, fair. All right. So anything else other than they can't be vaccinated?
They need to be a strong Christian, have family values, believe in God, like have Him first before everything else. This like strong family values like that. I want to prioritize religion and bring my kids up the right way in this
Right.
culture. Another thing I want them to believe, I want them to be conservative too. I'm not gonna date a fucking liberal. No way. They
Fair,
need to be
bro,
a
fair.
conservative.
Yeah.
Have most of the same values I do. Where they don't want to be funding for Ukraine. They don't want to. They don't want to go to like all this nonsense. If they want to go to concerts and stuff, that's fine. This like the concerts I like country music concerts. Like if you're like a Morgan Wallen person.
So you don't have any room for compromise, like if they like different music.
No, I don't. I don't like rap. I fucking hate rap music.
Well,
I'm
not
like
even
that.
just like rap, like anything. Like what if they like the Smiths and they want to go to like a Smiths concert?
Okay, that's fine. But I'm not gonna. Okay, if they want to go to it by themselves, they can. I'm not gonna go with them though.
Even if like they're really into it and they want to bring you because you're your boyfriend.
I guess I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. I just don't like rap music. I just don't. It's crap music.
Well, there's a lot more music than rap and country. You know, there's a lot.
Like who was the most recent rap person that died?
I don't know. Actually,
That's the one I like the most.
Why do you like them the most, Ian?
I don't know, just because of reasons. That's why.
Oh, wow. That's rough.
It is rough, but that's just the way it is. Rap music's crap music.
Rap music's crap music.
Like what is the basic point of rap music? I hear that shit, turn it off in the first
What
second.
about like Kanye? Kanye's got some bangers, bro.
Yeah, he's not bad. It's respectable rap.
And they're like a lot of rappers are actually really conservative.
Yeah, like I can take Kanye's rap. I can take Bryson Gray's rap. I can take Forgio Belo's
Even,
rap.
like, I'm pretty sure ASAP's like conservative as hell because they
A$AP
make all this
Rocky.
money. Yeah, and they make all this money and they don't want taxes.
Yeah, he might be.
I mean, probably not on certain.
You just
laws.
can't come in. You just can't stand for conservative values in the Hollywood world. It's just like a big pedophile ring out there.
Do you think all of them are pedophiles, or you think like it's just
No,
a ring?
not
and
all
then
of them. I think there's like at least 50% of them though are involved in a big
Really?
pedophile ring
50%.
where they sex traffic these kids and perform
Yeah.
sexual acts on them. It's just gruesome. It's just
Yeah,
terrible.
That's horrible. Back to the list though. So they have to like your kind of music, or you're
Yeah.
not going.
Yep.
What else?
Be willing to attend like sporting events with me. I want my woman to be like a big sporting girl.
So you want your girl to be you, but female.
Mm-hmm. Like if they're a Chiefs fan, if you're a Chiefs fan, I'll take you.
You
to a
don't
Chiefs
you don't want
game.
like a romantic like bitterness, like she's a Raiders fan, you know, and you guys have like Sundays where you make like a cake, half of it's Chiefs, half of it's Raiders, and it's like a little flirty thing. You don't want that?
I guess I could do something like that too. But if they're willing to go to like a Chiefs game or like any NFL game, then
Do
I'm
you think
down
you could
for
like
it.
stand them doing that, like saying, "Hey, no, the Raiders are better than the Chiefs"? Do you think you could like tolerate that?
I don't know if I could actually. That'd be tough. That's tough because that's the thing. Like I see like someone like there's like a Chiefs and a Broncos fan dating. I'm not gonna release their name, but I know who it is. I'm like, why were you they're like dating for like 6 months. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
why were you guys dating?
You think that's a deal breaker if it's like a different NFL fan?
I think that's a little bit of a deal breaker,
That's
especially if you're like really a fanatic of the teams and stuff.
So it's like a tribal war between
Mhm.
fanatics of teams.
Like I'm big on sports girls. So like if a sports girl like likes the Chiefs, then I'm down. And if they like had the looks I want and they share the same values, then I don't see why it wouldn't be a match for me.
See the thing, like
I'll drag you into NASCAR events too. You have to go to a NASCAR race. Everyone watching this, get to a NASCAR race. I think it's the best event around.
I've heard like NASCAR, the benefit of actually being there is the
Oh
sound.
yes, you have to go.
Sound.
You have to go to a NASCAR race. It's so much better than watching it on TV.
Really.
Like it's the best sporting event you can attend. Like a football game, it'll be the same way on
Have
TV.
you ever
Like I can
watched
watch.
like an MMA fight or a boxing match?
Oh, the boxing matches are really fun to watch in person too.
I think like have you ever been to one?
Yeah, I have been. They're really fun in
Where'd
person.
you watch them?
Where did I watch it at? I went to Vegas for one game.
You went to Vegas for a boxing match?
Yeah, it was. I think like 2019.
Do you remember who fought? Or
No, I don't.
that's wild.
It was like a big match though. I don't remember. It wasn't like a big time match, but it was a pretty big
What
match.
were you doing up in Vegas?
Oh, this doing some stuff there.
Okay. Ian was doing nothing in Vegas.
Nothing
Whatever.
premarital though, because
That's
don't
not what
do-
I was
I don't
asking,
do
Ian.
premarital stuff.
How are you in Vegas? Just casually or like
Just
vacationing?
casually. I had the money to do it. If I ever want to go down on if I want to ever go down on a flight, I can go out to Vegas for a couple days
Just for fun, for funsies.
just for fun.
That's wild. I wish I could go to Vegas.
I
for
just wish
fun.
we had more like sports gambling stuff here. I'm like really big on sports betting. So
Do you
most of
actually
the
like how
stuff-
much money do you bet on sports?
I do
Just
like
casually?
daily fantasy sports right now because you have to be like 20. You have to be quote unquote 21 to like do most of the gambling. And in Missouri, it's not legal yet because
Mhm.
they need it. I'm mad with the Missouri legislature. They need to have a freaking bill on the desk right away about sports betting in Missouri. Pass it right now. I'm calling you guys out by name. Pass the sports betting bill now. Stop playing politics and pass the bill now.
That's true. They get more tax money that way too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
They're
win-win.
losing money to Kansas. Kansas has sports betting.
Yeah.
Everyone just goes over there.
Do you do any kind of gambling other than sports betting, or like
No, not really.
really? You never try like blackjack or something like that?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yeah. It's like once you get the numbers down and you're kind of good at statistics and probability, like
That's
it's
what
fun.
I'm good at stats and probability.
I think you'd like it.
I probably would.
I think you might get way too into it though.
Where
to
do
be
you
honest
where do
with
you where do you play it at?
Well, everybody here like
Downstream.
it goes up to downstream. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and then 18.
I don't know. I haven't been to downstream before. It's just like right down the road too.
Yeah, it's like the closest one.
How much do you usually spend there?
I'm not a big gambler. I'll go and I'll play like poker. I've been like once or twice. I'll go play poker, blackjack, bring like $50 to $200. Because like the whole thing is you go, whatever you bring, you know you're probably gonna lose.
Yeah.
But the sports betting's a little bit different. I've tried to bet on fights, but because of the Missouri legislature, you kind of can't here. Like I've seen like, do you see the one where the guy put like a 15-leg parlay on a UFC card?
Yeah, it did.
It won them all with
Yeah.
$1 and made
Yeah.
like what? How much did he make?
Did he make $1 million?
I don't know.
I think he may have made $1 million.
Like,
I think he
that's
may have made
wild.
$1 million.
That's crazy.
Like, sports betting is fun because you can just bet on anybody you want. Like you can bet like on a player if they have like a touchdown. Put on money on that, then you can just make money off of that. Have like 5 receptions in like
Did you
5
bet
minutes.
on the Super Bowl?
Did I bet on the Super Bowl? No, but I did play daily fantasy sports for it. I play like DraftKings and stuff like that.
Right.
Like I can't really it's hard getting around that stuff like
Yeah.
the VPNs and stuff.
Right. Well, so what is daily fantasy sports? Like, what do you do on that?
So on DraftKings they had so they have soccer, they have NFL, MLB, USFL, NASCAR racing, boxing. They have UFC. You can fill out like a UFC lineup. There,
Yeah.
So you have like 6 players, and you have like $50,000 to spend. So you have to be under that limit. So like your best players might be around like $12,000, and you might have like a terrible player have like a $6,000 value, and like your average guys are like $8,000 to $9,000.
So it's like they have their own stock.
Yeah, basically. So for example, if you have like a really good boxer, he's like the best boxer, he'll be like $12,000. But you may not want to get him though because you only have $50,000 to spend on 6 players. So it's kind of hard to figure out a way to do it like that.
Right.
Where I do mainly for DraftKings, I do NFL. I'm really big on NFL. I do college basketball. I follow college basketball really closely, and I do NASCAR. Like you can make a lot of money on NASCAR if you know what you're doing. Because
How close was your March Madness bracket?
my March Madness bracket, I had 2 of the Final 4 teams.
You had really?
Yep.
You had 2 of the Final 4 teams.
I had UConn and Miami. I didn't have San Diego State or Florida.
I did not have UConn. I had Gonzaga winning the whole thing, and that.
No, I knew Gonzaga wasn't going to lose. This is why you have to come to me on my advice. I know what to do on college basketball.
I should have came.
I
to you.
knew the best chances anybody had to win the tournament was going to be UCLA and UConn. I watched UConn the whole year. Didn't lose a game outside of the Big East. I told people the Big East was the best conference in basketball here. Marquette getting a 2 seed, UConn getting a 4 seed. Marquette won the Big East championship. I'm like, Marquette's not as good as UConn, even though they're a 2 seed, and they won the Big East championship. UConn, they had Sanago, who was a fantastic big. You had Tristan Newton, who is a really good shooting guard. You had Jordan Hawkins, can find the shot anywhere. He can pull up for a shot. He's gonna probably be probably a first round pick in the NBA draft. Then you have Alice Caravan, the freshman. This is a great 3-point shooter. And then you have Andre Jackson, another good guy in your lineup, a good defender, can pass the ball well. You have a good 5 starters right there. And then you have Joey Calcaterra off the bench is another good role player, can come in and hit 2 or 3 threes whenever you need them. And then you got Klingon that can come off the bench for Sanago whenever he needs a rest. So you had 7 quality players there. Finally another lineup in college basketball that had the quality studs that UConn did. UCLA had a fighting chance, but they should beat Gonzaga, but they were without Bona, who was their big guy the whole season. He got hurt in the Pac-12 championship, so he didn't play any in March Madness, and they're without Jalen Clark, who is a guy that went for 10 points and was their best defender in the country. So they had those 2 guys. and they played UConn. I think that would have been the best match of the tournament in the Elite Eight if they got past Gonzaga. Whoever won that game was going to win the final. That's what I had in my bracket, and I had UConn beating them anyways. So I was lucky. I had UConn winning the whole thing, so I was lucky with that. And then Miami, they were a 5 seed. I thought Miami and Duke were the two best teams in the ACC all year. Duke should have beat Tennessee in the tournament. Tennessee was just too big and played too physical for them, which was sad because Duke would have been in the Final Four if not for that game.
Bro,
They would have killed Florida Atlantic. Memphis, I had Memphis and Duke in the Elite Eight game. Memphis should have got past Florida Atlantic. They got screwed by the refs. I mean, they got screwed by the refs. The guy was calling a timeout on the ground with 3 seconds left. And then, of course, right when the guy inbounds it for Atlantic goes in and gets a layup. I'm like, come on. I had Duke, Memphis in the Elite Eight. At the top, of course, I had Alabama because I wasn't that high on Alabama as a 1 seed, but everyone's like, Alabama's just so good. And I'm like, okay, I think they might lose here. And they did lose to San Diego State. I wasn't really too high on the SEC.
I don't understand how you have your whole March Madness bracket memorized.
And then
That is crazy.
Arizona, I fell on that big time.
It's
I was
June,
high,
bro.
I was high on the Pac-12. Arizona, they got Bona, not Bona. Shit, who was 11? Okay, whoever that fat ass was,
Do you
number
think
11.
you can predict the winner of the March Madness bracket for next year right now?
No, because there's still people transferring out of transfer portal, and
That's
like
fair.
more recruits are getting picked up. I'll know by once the time conference play starts, probably in this late December, early January. I'll have a feeling about what most of the teams are going to do by then.
Wow, that's how much do you watch as far as like college basketball?
College basketball, I'll watch every night. I'll watch pretty much every night college basketball. Yeah,
Wow, you know how much college basketball I've watched?
how much?
Overtime, full games, probably like 3
3.
my entire life.
It's so much better
put together. Just like
It's so much better than the NBA. Like the NBA,
That's fair. I do agree.
like
with
the
you there.
NBA, I haven't watched much of the NBA in the last 4 to 5 years. Like 6 years ago, I used to watch like every single Oklahoma City Thunder game. Went to a couple of their games. Haven't been in 6 years. I'm like, this is boring. I don't want to do this anymore. And then of course, right before that, of course, right when I get out of it, 2 years later, they went woke with their BLN stunts on the courts. I'm like, come on. I just have like this nag right before something's gonna go woke. Just like the MLB too. I pulled out of that shit right before it went woke too. And like the NBA, I've watched one. I'll say I've watched 2 playoff games this
This year?
season.
I've
I watched the
zero.
game 7. I watched the game 7 of the Celtics and the Heat, and I watched game 1 of the Nuggets and the Heat, the NBA Finals.
Do you watch much like MMA or boxing or martial arts?
No, not really. I should get into that though. It's pretty.
I think you'd
fun to
really enjoy
watch.
it as much as you like memorizing statistic in basketball. Like if you can memorize a card and people's past fights and
oh,
like,
yeah.
probabilities, that's wild.
Yeah, I'd be really good at that.
Have you ever watched one like a full like MMA card? with
Yeah.
UFC.
I have before. They had this. It's like on ESPN Plus. I pay for that. I get.
Yeah.
Do you do ESPN Plus too?
Yeah, I have ESPN Plus. There's a card tonight actually. Charles Oliveira is fighting on, which is everybody loves Charles Bronx, bro. Everybody loves Charles, but I haven't researched that at all. Amanda Nunes is also fighting. You know who that is?
Yeah, I know who Emmanuel Nunes is. He's pretty good, isn't he?
Amanda.
He's good, isn't he?
It's a girl,
Oh, it's a girl.
bro. She's like you can say what you want about women in sports, but she's a badass. Bro.
I bet.
She's a lesbian,
built.
but what? It doesn't make her any bad, bro. Like, can you pull up an Amanda Nunes knockout highlight reel? It is absolutely.
Hey,
wild.
we got a future M&A person right here.
No.
He'll be on the card eventually, right
No.
here.
You can't say things like that. It's like jinxing yourself.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
Nunes, Nunes. Yeah, she's fighting tonight, but she's like, she had never lost, and I watched the fight. The girl who beat her knocked her out, which was absolutely crazy, and then she came back and took her belt back.
Wow.
But I think she's a 2-division champ right now. There's an ad for Mafia City
Yeah.
on the screen right now as well.
Yeah. There's an ad for a video game. She does look like a badass.
No, she's crazy. Like she could beat my ass, bro.
Oh, I
Like,
bet.
I'm not even gonna.
She beat my ass pretty easy.
But she's absolutely wild. She got sponsored by Modelo. Had all those commercials. But it's wild. Like her striking is so powerful. She just knocks people dead. But she's fighting like, and that's like when we watched her fight. We watched her fight. I forget the other girl's name, but she won. And she was champ. But she had like the largest differential in betting odds ever because she was undefeated and had defended her title so many times.
Yeah.
And this girl knocked her out. And like so somebody put like $10,000 on Amanda Nunes. He's like, it's a sure thing. Lost it. He was only gonna make like $1,000 from that, which is crazy. It's nuts. Like, do you know of any like fighters? You know of Conor McGregor.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, Conor McGregor.
Do you know of Michael Chandler?
No, I don't. Is he good?
Michael Chandler's really good, actually. He's like, his whole thing is he like runs in with the American flag and then lets the backflip off the tape.
That's amazing.
You'd love that guy.
Oh, I
He's
probably
fighting
would.
Conor in August, I think. August or September.
I'll have to check that out.
You will. You'll love Michael Chandler, bro. And then there's some more. You know, what's his name? He fights Kamaru Usman all the time, or he's fighting like 2 fights with him. The guy with the MAGA hat, you know him? MAGA hat in the suit.
Colby Covington.
Colby Covington, yeah. He's a Marty Fake Guzman.
I love that guy.
You ever watch his fights?
Yeah, I've
He's
seen
good.
highlights of him. Yeah, he's good.
He's really good. And there's the Dustin Poirier fight, which is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
He's fighting Justin Gaethje next month, which that's a stacked card.
Oh yeah.
Derek Lewis is on that card. What's his name? Paulo Costa's on that card. I think Aljamain Sterling's also in that card. But that's like, I'm buying that fight, bro. That's gonna be the most exciting one ever.
Oh yeah.
What other sports are you into other than like football and basketball and NASCAR?
I follow soccer too. I'm a
Really?
big sporting Kansas City fan. We were terrible to start the season. We scored 3 goals in the first 11 games, which was tied an MLS record for 1999. 1999, and we tied our own record for 3 goals in 11 games. And people were like calling, our head coach was Peter Vermees, and people were like in the stands were like, fire Peter Vermees. And then some May comes around, and we had the best record in MLS with our 5 wins, 1 tie. 5 wins, 1 tie, and then we tied. We tied last Saturday against the Vancouver Whitecaps. It was a pretty good game. Vancouver has a good attack, which is really pretty good for the MLS because most teams that have a good attack, they could send crosses in really well. It was in Vancouver too. Vancouver Stadium, I didn't know how nice it was. Vancouver Whitecaps Stadium holds 50,000 people.
Really?
For an MLS stadium, BC Palace. They hosted the you remember
how
the
I know
Women's World
that's
Cup,
a
right?
crazy amount of people
But
because I don't know what MLS is. It's a Major League
most
Soccer.
MLS stadiums have capacities are 10 to 20,000 capacity.
Well, I'm saying I know 50,000 is a lot because this is the first I've ever heard of MLS.
Yeah.
I know of the one over in Europe with Messi and what's his name?
European League.
Yeah. That one. I know about that one. I don't know the name of it.
Messi's actually, this is a big story right now, but Messi's actually going to come to MLS now. He's going to play for Inter Miami. So, Inter Miami, get this. Inter Miami had 1 million followers a day before Messi joined. In 24 hours, they had 6 million followers. So they
Really?
gained 5 million followers just because Messi joined the team.
Do you think they're kind of...
Didn't that happen with that one, like,
Christian.
the United Arab, the Emirates?
Oh, yeah, with Ronaldo. Whenever he went over to the Saudi League, yeah, they gained like 4.5 million in 24 hours as well.
But I heard he got paid a lot for going over there.
Oh, I think he did. I heard he's gonna get like a piece of the Apple TV. So I pay for that. We pay for that too. Apple TV, you get every single MLS game and stuff, which is new for this year. I've heard he's gonna get like a stock price of that as well.
He's getting
like
a share of Apple TV?
Yeah.
That is wild.
I don't know how long he's gonna play in MLS for. Probably for like 2 to 3 seasons, and then like own like Inter Miami or something, or take over for it. But their prices, like for their games, are like $30 to $40 for a ticket, and now they're like $500 to $600 just because Messi's playing.
Do you think that's smart for them? Like putting all their eggs in one basket, spending all their whole budget or whatever they have on Messi?
Yeah, because MLS, like if you look at the MLS compared to like the European leagues and like La Liga
Do you think
and the
they sold
Champions
their
League,
soul
it's
for
like
it, though?
nowhere close to those level of play.
Do you think they sold their soul for Messi though? Like they have no more freedom. It's just
Yeah, just all Messi. Like Messi's just gonna be their whole team pretty much. Messi's gonna carry them. He's gonna have to. He's gonna score probably like. He'll probably set the MLS scoring record. I don't know how many goals it is, but I'd say it's somewhere probably around 40 to 50. I think he might get 60 goals in a season. How many? I think they play like 30 matches. He'll probably get like 2 goals per game.
2 goals per game.
That'll probably be enough. They'll probably set the win record too. They'll probably only have like about 2 to 3 losses whenever he's there.
Wow. How many games do they play a year? They have 2 to 3.
MLS, they play like. I think they play like 35 or something like that.
Wow. So you're thinking like that this is a good deal. They got Messi now. They're gonna.
Yeah, because Messi's gonna take over their franchise too. No matter what they had to pay for him, it was worth it because the value's gonna pay off in the long run.
What do you think about Tom Brady?
Tom Brady, I'm glad he retired.
Fair.
Yeah, he should have been out of the league a long time ago. The reason why he came back was because he was bored and had nothing else to do, and just wanted to come back for one more season.
But do you think he's like actually the GOAT, or do you think he's kind of like he was pushed by the franchises he was a part of?
Whenever he was in England, they always had good coaching and a good defense that helped us a little bit. The defense won them 2 championships, but I'll give them the other 5.
See, that's what I always thought about. Is like I always thought the kind of Belichick was kind of carrying Brady to the Super Bowl wins, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes to Tampa and wins his first year and kind of shut my mouth, you know. So
Yeah.
What does that mean? He actually did it?
I think so.
You think he's actually like just a G?
I think so.
Damn, that sucks because I'm a Brady hater too.
I'm a Brady hater too, but I have to tell it like it is, no matter how much I hate a person.
That's fair. That is fair.
I'm gonna always tell it how it is, like it is, no matter what.
What do you think about the Tuck rule when they won the first one
Against the Raiders?
Yep.
Yeah, he got favored in that one for sure. That should have been a fumble.
I think I'm a personal believer that Brady gets favored in a lot of calls, like he always has.
Oh yeah, like the one last year playing the Falcons, Jerome Boger's referee, and this was nowhere close to roughing the passer. And Jerome Boger's like throws the flag, roughing the passer. I'm like, that's bullshit. He's just getting that.
You know
call
the
'cause he's
referees'
Brady.
names?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How many referees' names do you know?
I know probably like 80 to 90% of them. Like the referee that did the Super Bowl, Carl Jeffers, he hates the fucking Chiefs, so that's why I was nervous whenever he was the referee for the Chiefs game. And then the guy for the AFC Championship game.
Ian, I didn't know the referees had names.
I was scared about him for the AFC Championship game for the Bengals because in the Week 17 game of the Bengals of the 2021 season, he was official that game, and he had some terrible calls that game. So I was scared about that one too. So I was scared about our last 2 officials.
I didn't know their identities were public information. I thought they were just there.
Yeah, there's a website you can go to find all the referees for the game. It's called footballzebras.com, and it shows each week assignments.
Wow. How many referees are there in the NFL?
You have to have one. They have 20.
They have 20 referees.
Yeah, because they have 20.
Like head referees? Because there's like 4 at each game, right? And there's how many games a week? Like 16?
Yeah, like head referees, there's 20.
Wow.
And total, I'd say I don't know how many, but
you know all the
there's
head
like
referees pretty much.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sean
So you memorize the
Hockley.
players and the referees. Oh my god. I can't even like memorize a player.
My memory is just so goated.
I can see that. Do you memorize girls' numbers well? This is a question a lot of people ask.
What? So what's the question?
Like when a girl gives you a number, do you memorize it well, or do you have her write it down? It's like an act of service to you that then you utilize to.
I write it down just so I don't forget it. So
Really?
I write it down.
I don't think you would forget it, dude. I'll be honest. If you could remember all these stats, I don't think you'd forget it ever.
No,
I think
don't
you'd have that
so.
till the day you die.
I think so.
That is wild. So what do you do? Like, how do you go find girls to talk to, especially the ones you're looking for, which are a rarity in these times, you know?
I just go about trying to add them on Snapchat, and if they add me back, then that's good. If they don't add me back, then fuck them.
I mean, I guess it works.
So I don't kind of know about this Snapchat shit because some people don't know how to explain it to me. You guys might know better, but the script. So like whenever you add someone and you get put onto their subscriptions, like how did they add you back, or can they not?
So I think the subscriptions thing is once they add like 10,000 people or something, That means they have a lot of people on their Snap. Yeah, as far as I'm aware.
That's 10,000 people. That's why it goes to subscriptions
I'm
once you add them.
pretty sure. You might fact check me on that, but I'm fairly certain.
How do they have that many people?
How do you think, Ian? They just like if you're on there all day every day, how do you have a Snap score of 5 million? That's how you have 10,000.
Wait, you know someone that's a Snap score of 5 million?
Of course, you know somebody has a Snap score of 5 million. Once you go talk to these girls that are college, they all have that. Not all of them. Most of them have like one.
What would you say?
One is the common now.
One's the common.
1 million is the common Snap score.
What would you say about 2 million?
Same thing I say about 1 million. It's a liability, Ian.
So is that good then? If I'm
No.
looking for someone in that area?
You're looking for someone in 2 million Snap score?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the girl? Keep your guard up, Ian.
Why?
2 million Snap score is a major red flag.
What's the highest?
That means.
What
What's the highest you see?
that I've seen? I think I saw 4 one time.
What do you think of the people that keep their location on Snapchat? What do you think of those people?
I think that's a way to hang your balls. I did that. I did that for a while. I don't do it anymore. I did it for specific people.
What do you mean by that?
Because I'd be on there, and if I was ignoring a girl and I had my location on, I wanted her to know I was ignoring her. I think that's just a way to let your balls swing low,
What do you think of the women that had their location on there?
I mean, it's probably fine, There's obviously the liability of everyone knows where you are, but also, are you frequently in a place where you can get easily kidnapped?
Do you think they had that? Do you think they had their location on for everybody or just certain people?
Everybody, typically.
Yeah.
Because also, there's not a lot of kidnappings that happen off of Snapchat maps, usually. Yeah, especially out here.
Yeah, you have to get out of the hood. You don't want to. If you get into the hood, that's the bad part. You see all this black and white crime down in the hood. Get away from that. Get away from that shit. That's why you see all these people moving out to the country. My perfect place would be I like Missouri here.
Yeah.
I maybe a fine I like Florida. I like
Texas.
Texas, yeah, out in the country somewhere where it's 80 to 90% conservative in most of the counties. That would be a good place out in the country there. Florida out in the country would be good too. I would go down and live in Florida. Got to Vegas a couple of times. I like Vegas. I'm not ashamed for that. I like going to Las Vegas.
You like Vegas. Vegas is really non-Christian city. It's the most non-Christian city in the country, other than maybe LA or San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco and I'll go to Las Vegas because of
You gamble there?
Oh yeah, there's so much sports stuff to do there. That's why I like
true.
it. That's why I like it.
How often do you go to Las Vegas?
Not very much often. I'll go about every 2 to 3 years.
Wow, that's wild. I wish I went to Las Vegas every 2 to 3 years. Maybe one day.
No, oh yeah.
Would you ever find a girl in Las Vegas? Would you see yourself doing that? I couldn't. I wouldn't trust anyone I see in Las Vegas ever.
I wouldn't either. Maybe and not in a serious relationship, but maybe for I don't want to do any of that shit for a day or two. But if I wanted to, maybe for a day or two.
Las Vegas fling?
You know what I'm talking about.
Not really, Ian. I don't really know what you're talking about. I'm trying to guess. I'm grasping at straws here.
Las Vegas.
Dude, I
wouldn't
I wouldn't trust anyone I see in Las Vegas. That's
I wouldn't either. But
somebody you meet in Thailand.
I like Italy people. I like Italy women.
You been to Italy?
No, I haven't. But I just like seeing Italy.
You like Italian girls?
Italian women's really good.
Dude,
I like
Italian
women
girls
from
are tight.
overseas because they won't sell you out either.
Wait, say that again?
I like women from overseas because they won't sell you out either most of the time.
What do you mean sell them? How would girls sell you out?
Being for this asking can we go here? Can I spend your money and that type of shit like that? Those type of women.
Gold diggers.
Gold diggers. Overseas, you'll find more
You
in
ever gone
Russia.
on those dating apps that people who need their green card want to come over?
Yeah, that's the whole. Yeah, that's
I don't
one
do-
of the biggest deals with overseas people is they're just trying to get a
Yeah.
to the U.S.
I don't do dating
Well, it's not even a website Order a Wife.
No.
You You can program the values you want in because they want a green card.
Oh yeah. Like the only app I made it made it for dating is like Date Right stuff, but that's about it.
What is date right?
It's like a new app launched by John McEntee, launched in the last 6 months, and well, the bad thing about me is they haven't made it for like Samsung yet. I don't do fucking Apple phones. Fuck Apple,
Really?
but
They're
it's only
both
on-
they're both made by child slave labor.
Oh yeah, they're both terrible. But Samsung's is more I like because the quality of the phone's better. Like Apple, the only reason why people get that is for FaceTime.
That's true. Yeah,
That's like the
Yes.
only advantage of it.
it's aesthetic.
That's the only advantage of it. That's the only advantage I'll say. Like a girl's like, "Can you talk to me?" I don't have fucking FaceTime, so like, okay, I
See?
guess I'm not talking.
Like if
to
you had FaceTime, you could talk to him.
Yeah, I offered to give him an S9, and he was like, "No, I don't have FaceTime."
That's the deal
His
breaker.
phone- his
Like,
phone battery only lasts for like 3 hours.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, my phone's so old. Why else do you even have a phone other than to FaceTime the girls? You know what I mean?
When was the last time you used it?
I use apps 24/7. That's why
That's a
I
good
use Twitter.
line.
I use Twitter. I use Twitter. I use Snapchat.
Do you ever go like
I use YouTube.
FaceTime me on Snapchat? You ever do that? Snapchat quality FaceTime's horrible.
I know that's that's the only way I would be able to FaceTime a girl. That's through Snap. But it's
You ever
still
like over the
filters.
computer, like Skype? You ever Skype a girl?
Zoom bomber.
Zoom bomb. You ever Zoom bombed anyone? Ian? You have. You look like
I'm a Zoom bomber. How'd you know?
a Zoom bomber.
Yeah,
Alright,
did
so-
you know
so
how
give
those
an
people on
example.
YouTube and Twitter, YouTube and TikTok do that? So there's this thing on Twitter where it's a search box and you just put, and you can search anything. You just put upcoming Zoom interviews, and then and it's like if it's a public leak, just click on it and you can go in there and Zoom bomb them. That's how they do it.
They just do it for fun.
Yeah.
Do they like have any details what they're about, or you just say go in the Zoom?
So some of them are listed. It's like we're having a book review here, like about the book review. Come in here and talk about the
How
book.
often do you do that?
Whenever I had downtime.
Bro, Zoom bombs on his downtime. That's why I kind of want to try that now. That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
it's actually pretty fun. Have
Just-
you ever called like, well, what? Have you ever done something where you called like 2 Chinese restaurants at the same time on 2 different phones? Have you ever done that before?
I've seen those. I've seen like the called
It's
Domino's
so
and Pizza
funny.
Hut at the
You should
same
try
time.
that sometime.
That is crazy. How do you do that often, or is it like a?
I've done
on
it like
board?
once or twice before. It's so funny.
I don't know, dude. You've got like the most roundabout ways to have the most unconventional type of fun, and I'm all down for it. It's so dope. Just going off of that, like the Zoom bombing and the calling Chinese restaurants. What are other kinds of things you do like that?
I'll explore any place I want to. So like, let's say if I watch a YouTube video and it's about like the most racist town in America, I may go down there and visit the most racist town in America. I like go down like rabbit holes like that.
you just go to places you find on the internet.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
isn't the most racist town like Harrison?
At Harrison and Zinc, Arkansas. Like I saw this video. Yes, you guys need to watch this. This is a pretty good interview. It just came out yesterday on YouTube. So there's this. I think his name's like Petey or something like that. Pouddi or something like that. He went down to Zinc, Arkansas. He interviewed this guy back in November, and he's just like, I wasn't like a national member of the KKK, but I'm like a member of like the off-branded today. And this town has like a population of 80. It's like an hour and like 30 minutes from here. Like you can easily go down there. It's like 30 minutes from
You just
Harrison.
went for fun.
30 minutes from Harrison.
You see the one where the one guy went and interviewed the leader of the KKK, the one black guy did.
Oh, Tom Robb or whatever it is. Yeah, it was that was yesterday, and he did one in November too. Yeah, it's
So
fun going
those are
down
like
there.
your fun places, like the most racist town in America, just to people watch.
Yeah, I need to go down there again. To that
For
Zinc
what do you
place.
do down there?
Let's go down there and see what the people are like down there and talk to them if I need to. I mean, there's no crime down there. You're not gonna get shot or anything. I mean,
That's probably why
like
it's the most
it's-
racist town in
there's
America.
like
Is because there's a lot of crime.
There's like
It's
no crime
probably-
down there.
No, I'm saying it's the most racist town because they like commit a lot of crime against a certain race. That's why
But
it was
there's-
labeled
but
the
there's-
most racist
But there's
town.
no rate.
Crime because they were racist.
But there's no,
No.
there's not those types of people in that town. So there's gonna be no crime at all. That's why it's one of the safest places in America.
But that's not how it works, Ian. It was labeled the most racist town because of the crimes they did against those people. There is clearly crime there.
But why would you not want to get to that town? Because it's like the safest place around.
It's definitely not the safest place.
It is.
No, it's not. It's like one of the most dangerous places.
Not really.
But like, if you disagree with them, where do you go? The river.
Go down into the hood, I guess, and get shot down there.
Where's the hood? Have you been to the hood?
Memphrica.
What?
Memphrica.
Where's that?
Memphis, Africa.
Memphis, Africa. You call it Memphrica.
Yeah.
Wow, Ian. Oh my God.
I've been down in the hood. I didn't very much like it.
Memphis was the hood.
Yeah. Go down to Los Angeles. Don't like it there
Do you
either.
think you have like a skewed judgment because of the media you consume, or do you think it's like
I think it's the view everybody should have.
really? What about the people who live there? What do they do? What should they do?
They should consume the lifestyle that I'm taking in, like what I'm talking about. What they should do, get away from that hood shit. Explain to your hood brothers, like what is this that we're really achieving here? This is not good for the society. We can be better as
But
brothers.
Do you think it's like a dangerous stereotype or generalization to say that all of Memphis is hood violence? Because like Springfield,
There's like Springfield's really bad too.
yeah,
like it's like
Springfield, we had
it's like
one
a
of the
really bad
highest
crime.
murder rates a few years ago.
Oh yeah, like downtown Springfield.
And there's a lot of white people in Springfield, Ian.
like over my Missouri state. It's like really bad.
Yeah,
But if you look at it,
and I go there every day. And I
yeah,
haven't
it's
shot yet.
dangerous. If you look at it though, if you look at it and research most of this stuff though, at least 80% of those people that create those crimes are black. If you do the research,
Right, but it's also like
there's a reason black on black crime is the highest in this nation. You take one scenario, and you take one scenario.
I don't think that's a result of like them being black. That's a result of like
Their lifestyle of how
or
they're
where
raised,
they were born.
of how they're raised. Because it's how they're raised. They weren't brought up the right way. They were raised on the gang violence and how this is how the lifestyle to live. They weren't like raised the right way. So they're like, we have to be like this and do all this cool gang shit. Like it's not the way.
Well, if you look at people like that, usually they aren't raised that way. Usually it's like the absence of something, and then they go and find something else to follow. It's like they're not following a parent. They go and find a gang member to follow or make money and make their ends meet.
That's true. That's true.
It's more about the environment than the actual upbringing.
That's true. I mean,
But I think it's a little rough to say that like going to the hood, you're just gonna get shot.
well, that's the same thing I take with the Chicago street course race in NASCAR. It's in Grant Park in Chicago, and I don't want my NASCAR series to be going to like these big cities like that because I'm afraid like there's gonna be like stuff being stolen like the haulers and stuff and like the race car parts and stuff. I mean it's probably it's away from like the hoodiest part of Chicago, like 8 to 10 minutes, but still you're gonna experience some gang shit there too. Like there's like no parts of Chicago that are good, but there's like some parts that are like really, really worse than other parts. But it's like an 8 to 10 mile drive, and people are like, "I'm sort of, oh, why are you complaining? It's like 8 to 10 miles from the place you're talking about." I'm like, so what? All Chicago is bad. Doesn't matter what part it's in.
Top 10 worst cities, Ian. List them off.
Top 10 worst cities: Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City's your number 3.
This based on like all the violence that were taking place there.
I didn't even think there was a
Memphis.
Kansas City.
Memphis,
Really?
Memphis, San Francisco, Los Angeles.
Why San Francisco, Ian?
People shoot on the streets there. That's why.
Oh, okay.
And there's a bunch of fentanyl and other terrible shitty drugs to do out
I
there.
thought it was a different reason, but those are valid reasons.
San Francisco, Detroit.
I've heard Detroit's pretty bad.
Yeah. Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. I always thought that was a place of like patriotism and joy.
The only good thing that's ever come from that city is Yingling.
What about like the clear Philadelphia pride? Win or lose, we're burning the streets, bro. Like that's hardcore. I go for that.
Yeah.
Like we won the Super Bowl. All right, tear down that light pole.
Yeah, that's also rioting in the streets.
Rioting sick.
Portland.
Rioting supports community like
Portland.
unity.
Portland, Seattle, and then honorable mentions go to Minneapolis and Nashville.
Nashville. What's bad about Nashville?
The downtown. I like the concerts and stuff there, but downtown you'll have a couple of rough snakes there.
So, but Springfield was not on the top.
Springfield will probably be around 15 for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've heard Springfield like as far as murder rates
It's like
goes.
10th.
I heard a few years ago we were like number 1 in the country.
That was probably right. I think it's like 10th now, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
I haven't gotten murdered yet, personally. But my anecdotal evidence is I'm still alive. But
As long as you don't, as long as you stay, as long as you stay away from the wrong people, then you should be okay.
well, I mean, it's also just like you can be around people who also understand how to handle yourself. Like we run like probably 3-4 miles on average every day. We run through the neighborhoods. You do road work. You run on the roads. And some of those houses are definitely like crack houses and stuff like that, you know. But
yeah,
you don't get murdered just by being next to them.
that's true.
You got to go mess with people.
Mm-hmm. I see like a couple of homeless people walking down there. I'm like, okay, shit, they may do something to me.
They usually don't. And usually if they try, you know, what are they gonna do?
Carson's saying this after he's running down the street with a group of like 7 guys who are all trained to box.
Yeah, that's fair. We're not really by ourselves, and we're not women. We're all like trained fighting men. But still, you know,
Yeah.
it's like no one's jumping us. Wait. Would you ever date a black girl?
No,
Why not?
I don't like black women.
I mean, is it just like a preference, or?
Yep, there's a preference. I don't like how they look.
But I mean, some of them are like really attractive.
Most of them aren't.
But well, most white girls aren't very attractive.
The blondes, that is.
But like you can say,
I'll
most
I'll go for a redhead if I feel like it.
Really, I don't go for redheads.
It has to be like a pretty good.
Something about the
good one.
pale on redhead. You know, my siblings are redheads. It weirds me out.
Yeah.
They don't have souls. That's just how it works.
How many redheads do you think are around here, anyways?
I don't know. like a demographic stat.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how many are around here?
Like how many redheads do you know, like women wise?
Women wise?
Yeah.
I don't know. My sister's a redhead.
I know like 3 actual redheads.
You only know like 3? What do you mean like actual redheads?
Not died.
Oh. I probably know like 15, 20. Just some people I know. Like it's not super uncommon. So, what was my other question? Boobs or butt, Ian? It's a
Let me
tough
think.
one. This is a question that divides men as a whole.
If it's the perfect boobs, I'm gonna go with boobs. Otherwise, butt.
What do you mean by perfect boobs?
Like if it's the perfect size I'm looking for.
Do you have a measurement?
Yes, I go down there and measure those bad boys.
What the fuck?
I'm not afraid to get down and dirty and measure that shit.
Well, okay, give me numbers, Ian. Give me numbers.
Maybe 5 inches thick.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
You sound like someone who's never measured boobs before.
About that thickness.
I don't, but I know they don't say 5 inches thick. That's not how that works.
How would you measure it?
Well, there's an actual measurement because they make clothes.
Yeah, it's cup sizes.
This is a horrible. We'd never talk this way about women. That's horrible.
Oh, wait, I don't. No.
But
I
what
don't-
was
yeah.
this when you were holding this up? What was that?
That's about the size. I like it.
What does that mean? Size of what?
the size of the boob.
Are you talking about the nipple? What are we talking about here?
If you want to take that as the nipple, have at it, boy.
Ian, well, this is not a boob. This is not. What is that? Like a mosquito bite? What are we? What are we talking about here, Ian?
Okay, I'll lay off this shit here. That's my nipple size.
You have a recommended nipple size?
Nipple size.
You have a preference? I've never heard that before.
There's always a first for first, Carson. There's always a first for first.
God. I guess Ian is the connoisseur of perfect nipple size.
Come to me for your take. Come for me for your preferences on women.
I think I'll stick to my own preferences, but I'll recommend people to do it. If you don't know what you're looking for, ask Ian. You know, he's got his boob size measured, went on down to the nipple.
You know what I really hate?
What?
Is those people. So you ask someone to get to like a certain event, and then like they like don't respond to you. You know, those type of people.
Right.
Like why? So would you take that as a yes or a no, or like what would you take that as?
Like when they don't respond
Yeah, like if
That's
you
a
ask
no.
them to get to like a certain event,
and they just never respond.
yeah,
That's a no.
then why would they just not say no?
Because they just like they don't want to talk about the conversation that comes after they say no. Like when you ask why, they don't want to have to talk about that.
What happens if I don't want to know why and they just say no?
Well, they don't know that. They don't want to risk conversating about it, and then they know like, well, if I don't say anything, I'm not going. So it's essentially a no. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, have you personal experience with that? Somebody like ghosting you like that?
yeah,
It's rough. It's happened to me before.
like
Yeah.
a woman or a guy.
Well, what event are we talking about?
Just like any event.
Well, it's happened with people. It happens to people all the time. People do that. You know?
Yeah,
It's like, hey, you want to go get food? And it's like, they don't answer until the next day. Sorry, I was busy. Like, either they were actually busy or they didn't want to go. But, like, either way, it doesn't affect you because it's just how it works.
what happens? Well, I'm just talking like from a generic standpoint though. What happens is that they just don't like respond to like anybody, and they just like leave everybody on red.
And they just aren't on their phone. Or they don't want to talk to people, which, you know.
You know the type of person I'm talking about, right?
Not really. I need more specifics because, I mean, I do that all the time. I just don't answer, you know, because I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
busy.
I don't want to call. I don't want to call anybody out though. So
Oh, no, don't give me like a name. Just give me a type, like it's something that someone does all the time.
they just don't respond to people. Like I guess they're not like very talkative. I guess you can take it from that standpoint.
You got like girls like that. Girls do that.
No, it's like, this is like some guys do
Oh,
this.
some friends you have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not like an uncommon thing though. Like we have a friend who does that in the group chat, and he like reads everything and never responds. Like those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the person I'm talking
You
about.
gotta-
Like
you gotta
that,
call
like
them?
you ask them to like an event and it's like don't say anything.
Oh, like they leave it unread in the group chat when you ask them.
yeah.
Yeah, no, you just have to call them because they like don't respond and it's hard to get information out of them. So you like brute force your way in. Like, hey, what are you doing right now? All right, we're going.
Like the only time they'll respond to like people is like if it's their birthday and someone says happy birthday, that's like the only time they'll respond to people.
They sound like a hermit. They sound like a hermit. I'm not gonna lie.
Like if you talk to them, like you like don't
Like they talk to you in person.
like
or
don't
they-
yeah talk to you in person, like, or they may talk to you like if you call them, and then sometimes they don't answer, but they'll talk to you if you call them, or they'll talk to you in person, but that's about the only times.
I mean, it sounds like they just don't like texting. That's what it sounds like in general. Here, do we want to pause this? I need to go use the little boy's room. Dear American people, I know we're angry at the Bud Light, but remember, why should it matter if they have a penis or a not penis if you're just getting drunk off Bud Light? You know, it's a waste of your time anyway. How is it any less of a waste of your time if they didn't make up their mind about their genitalia? Good night, America. Say what you just said again, Ian, for the cut. After I went to take my potty break.
How that you want me to say it on here?
Yeah, go ahead.
How did that chick that you're dating from Greenwood turn out?
Not good.
What happened?
She went to a large state college, Ian.
Which one?
Lindenwood.
No.
It's not a state college. It's just
Yeah.
I think it's private, actually.
Yeah.
But you know what happens?
I do know what happens.
What happens?
Dirty. You got this cabal. You got like these trained cabals and these secret colleges. And they're like in these. You can call a cabal like a frat, and they get into these frats, and they get there, and there's a bunch of shit breaks out, and it's this nasty stuff that happens. You just don't want to get involved in that shit.
Actually, no. She slept with a Swedish volleyball player, but that was close. That was pretty close, though.
Was he a part of the deep state? I don't know. He's from Sweden, so you never know.
I believe so. Honestly, that guy was a fucking clone of somebody else.
I need to find out who this guy is. I need to do some research on
I
him.
don't know. I just know it's Mike.
You know what? You know how many saved locations I have on Google Maps? You probably don't save anything on Google Maps, do you?
No,
I
usually
have
just
500 saved locations on Google Maps.
What are they? Like, why are they saved?
Just important markers in my life, like in places I want to go, like racetracks, sporting stadiums.
Oh, okay.
One-
I thought you like saved people's houses on Google Maps.
I have a couple of saved houses on there too.
Why do you have saved houses on Google Maps?
Just in case some people don't turn off their locations on some places that I go on to, then I can always go through a house if I need to.
Why do you need to go to their house?
Just go talk to them.
All right, now when you're on your hunt for your perfect girl you were describing earlier, don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. They're not gonna go for that.
No.
They don't go for the save your house on Google Maps coordinates. They're usually not very big into that one. Oh my god.
Someone shown some people my Google Maps locations are like, what's these couple locations you have over here? I'm like, is that no? That's not it. Like
What?
why is this location stayed over here in this town? I'm like, don't worry about it.
What do you do with these locations, Ian? Like you need to go to somebody's house. You just go talk to them because they're ignoring you. What do you do?
I don't know if I feel like going to talk to them and I say their location, then I'll go up to their house and talk to them.
Wow.
She's bad with directions.
You just can't remember directions, or you have to.
I remember directions pretty well.
Then
I
why do
just
you need
say the locations. I just say the
What do you,
locations
like,
are
in case
pretty.
You want to dox their house?
I just say
something?
the locations that are people that are pretty close to me, and that I think I can have like a situation. I can have like a situation with them.
What does situation mean?
This is some people I'm looking into.
Well, from now on, even if you do that, don't tell anybody.
I'm not gonna tell anybody. Most people don't know about this. I'm like the only person that knows about this.
Ian doesn't actually do that.
No, I don't.
Ian doesn't actually do that.
I
For
don't.
any women listening,
I don't.
look at that face of honesty right there.
Yes, sir. I don't.
Pan-
I
pan
don't
over.
do that. I don't do that. I don't do that.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Ian does not do that. Ian does not ever do that.
God damn it. Damn.
You're good though.
Give me some Tylenol.
What do you need Tylenol?
Pan in my face over here. Little panty face boy.
What does that mean?
Mr. Panty Face.
Pan to the face. Yeah, we thought that was pretty cool actually. Like, you know how you can pan the.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty cool setup.
Call him the Panty Face boy.
I do have a black eye. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get rocked pretty hard?
No, I just have weak skin. That's probably like 8 or 10 punches.
I never get rocked hard.
Pan over to his face. Man.
I never get rocked hard.
God damn. No, yeah, we've been hard sparring all week because of my fights next week. So, the 2 weeks leading up to it, you spar with headgear on.
Better get going for that one.
Yeah.
Better hit the gym. Better do some fucking training for that one. I want to see you dominate.
I'll send you the video personally, Ian.
No doubt about
Happening.
that.
No, we're there pretty much every day. Like, well, today was Saturday, so we did every day this week. And then we're going to go on a run tomorrow, too. So.
Do you think it would be a bad idea to like invite like a person that was looking into like a sporting event?
Okay, quit saying looking into. Saying if just say you like a girl.
Let's say if I like a random girl and I invite her to like a sporting event, would that
Have you been talking to her?
a little bit?
Okay, yeah, say like, hey, if you want to go out, I like to go watch sporting events. Or what's the sporting event?
What'd you say?
What's the sporting event? Like, make it casual.
Like a sporting Kansas City game.
Oh, yeah, say like, hey, if you want, Or don't say if you want. Don't ask a question. Say, I think we should go watch this Kansas City Sporting game. So you do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's as easy as it is.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
But there's subtle things you have to do where you don't creep them out, like save locations.
I'd never bring that up with them, honestly.
Good, you know.
I'd never. They
Maybe-
would never know unless they looked on my Google Maps. And by then, I'd delete.
Even if they looked, they probably wouldn't know. It's like looks like he just likes to places to go. He
markers.
saves-
Yeah, he just likes markers.
He's a map guy. He
He's
likes
the-
saving
yep.
places. Damn. Is there anything else you want to talk about specific to like? I mean, you don't have to be specific at all. Honestly, we can talk about whatever we want.
Let's talk about some food.
Some what?
Food.
Food? What kind of food do you like?
I like Italian. I can do seafood. I like shrimp and stuff like that. I don't do like salmon or I don't do salmon or lobster or anything like that. I'll eat some fish. We go on like a fishing trips and stuff. I'll eat some fish there. I like Japanese food.
Really?
I like barbecue food as well. What about you?
I mean, honestly, I kind of hate Italian food. To be honest with
You hate Italian
you.
food?
I don't like
What's
pasta.
what's wrong with you, man?
Heavy in carbs, and I just don't like it.
What's
I don't
wrong
like
with you?
pasta.
You like pizza?
Yeah, pizza's alright. Pizza's not Italian. Though.
What's your favorite pizza?
I don't know. Probably like the hamburger ones. Those are good. Like
I-
basic.
I like taco pizza and I like
You know
mushroom.
what? Actually, Philly cheesesteak pizza.
Ooh,
really
that's good. I like taco pizza and I'm down for a mushroom and sausage pizza any time of the day.
That's your mushrooms are solid. I'm not gonna lie.
I love mushrooms on pizza.
What kind of foods do you not like? Like specifically?
Yeah, there
Like any
is.
like genres of food you don't like?
I don't like a bunch of vegetables.
Really?
I hate vegetables. I'll eat most fruits. Like the fruits have to be like not where
Well,
it's
that's
like
like-
pretty chewy.
That's like an area of the food pyramid. I was talking about like genres. You know, like
Yeah. I don't like I'll eat Brazilian food. I like that.
what is Brazilian food?
It's like steakhouse food. It's like where they put their own flair to like steaks. Like they'll do like a KC strip, but they'll do it like in a Brazilian way. Or they'll
That
do like
sounds
sea
interesting,
bass. Sea bass is Brazilian. That type of stuff.
You don't like Brazilian foods, but that's weird. I'd never even heard of Brazilian food. Anything else? Like any like cultures of food? Like how about Thai food? Thai food's hot.
I like Thai food.
You do like Thai
I like
food.
Thai food. I like Chinese food.
Ian rocks some Thai. Thai food's not like Chinese food though.
I like
Thai
Chinese food.
Thai food's a battle, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like you eat that, you're gonna be in the toilet for a few hours.
Oh yeah. I like Mexican food as well.
Mexican food's solid. I cannot lie.
Never go wrong with some Taco Bell every once in a while.
That's not Mexican food.
Yeah, that's a lot of trolling with that. That's a lot of trolling with that. Eat some chimichangas.
That's something I want to talk
Eat some
about. I wanna forget.
chimichangas.
I think there are so many people that went to our high school that didn't understand that you weren't crazy. You were just the most epic troll of all time.
Who was like that?
I don't know. I don't know anybody specific, but they all just thought like when you post this stuff on Mike Pence getting executed in a hotel. Like he doesn't actually think that. He's just the most epic troll of all time.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah. Like the people don't understand that. Like they don't understand like where people are coming from. They're like, this person's just crazy or something because they don't know like how these people think.
I just mean in general, like I think your level of trolling went over a lot of people's heads.
Oh yeah, I think a bunch of people don't get it. Like a bunch of normie cons. I call them normie cons because they're just all normies. They're just what are they doing? Like they're just called normie cons. They're just there for that to be there, don't do anything. Like I'll be on my Snapchat. Here you go. Here's a Snapchat picture. Oh, okay, done. There's the day. What did you? Oh, just took a bunch of pictures of Snapchat with me. Made a TikTok video. Did that. Where did you go? Oh, I stayed at my house. Maybe swim in my pool and ate some food. That was it. Yeah. What did you?
Can you think of any specific times you were trolling and like people got really angry,
Like angry.
or not angry, but just like shocked?
The most shocked people were probably about was whenever I made a post about the 19th Amendment.
Elaborate on that. What did you say in that post?
I can't remember it because I don't. Okay, so this is weird. This might be weird, but I don't save. I didn't save any photos on my phone until starting this year.
Really?
So I didn't save like any of my memories from Snapchat or any of that shit. I didn't have like any photos on my phone.
So, but they're there though. Like you can look at your Snapchat memories as they come
I
up.
think so. Yeah, but I made like a post about the 19th Amendment saying women should not have the right to vote, and
What?
people are really mad about that.
But you're obviously trolling though. Like you're trolling the shit out of them.
About that one.
Yeah. Or were you not trolling?
That was kind of half and half. That was kind of half and half. That wasn't. No, the Mike Pence one was kind of more of a troll. This one was kind of like more. I don't know if they really should, honestly.
All right. Well, explain why. Like,
Okay.
put your stance out there.
Do women really have that many good views in life? Like, do they really develop that brain that well? Do they really think about everything they're doing? Like blondes, I'll make a petition for no blondes to vote anymore.
I can get on board with that one.
No blondes
Only
voting
blonde women,
anymore.
though, not blonde.
I'll
men.
make it the 28th Amendment, and it'll state no blondes allowed to be voted anymore in the United States of America.
No more blondes can vote. But like just blonde women though. Like that's who you would take the right to vote away.
Yeah.
So it's not women. It's just this hyper specific
I,
culture.
yeah, I may do like a cutoff too, where they have to have a certain IQ to vote for women because they have to they have to develop a brain pretty well. So
What about men? Do men have to have a certain IQ to vote?
no, because they're doing all the work.
Oh, women work too.
Here's my thoughts. I think you should be able to raise a family on one income. So I think the men should be making all the money and stuff, and the women should be staying home and raising a family, and you should be able to make the income basically all the men's income.
Why? What? Like, were there any reasons for that? Or
I just think it's the way it should be. I think men should be doing all the work, and women should be raising the family and teaching the kids how to be raised right, and teaching them about religion and teaching them about.
well, what if the man and the woman both do both parts, right? So the man teaches religion and stuff, and the woman also teaches religion, and they're also like their core values of part of family are solid.
I just don't
But
think
they both have jobs and they both take care of the kids.
I just don't think women were meant to be a part of the workforce.
But like women can do jobs. Like they can do some jobs effectively very well.
And I don't know. I just think women should be at home
Who do
and
you
raising
go
the
to
family.
if you want a shirt sewed?
I mean, women can do that from home though.
But they can also do it to make designer clothes.
They could. They
Yeah.
could do that from home though, while raising their family.
So they like make Gucci bags while they're raising their kids?
Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
I guess, but like, why do they have to? Why can't they both be doing that? She's bringing in a bunch of money from making designer Gucci bags.
I don't know. This shouldn't be like that.
Well, some women are also like very capable intellectuals and like contribute a lot to studies.
That's true. That's true.
What about those?
I don't know what we would do with those, honestly.
What we would do with them? I'm just saying, like, what, like them in a household, right? What should they do? Like, should they still stay home and raise the kids, or like, should they both contribute, her and the husband, and they're all both doing?
I think they both can contribute to that.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like that's a solid plan. That shouldn't be looked down upon.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so.
About
at all.
stay-at-home dads.
I don't think that. I know some people, so
Are you saying you wouldn't rock being a stay-at-home dad?
if
you find a girl
that's a doctor or something like that.
Yeah.
I could rock with that.
See, what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that. If
Exactly.
that's the one thing I'd make for women. The women need to be in in the ER rooms and stuff like that, in emergency rooms, and getting our
Well, if
doctorate
she's like
degree.
the CEO of a marketing firm, right?
That should be a man.
Why?
Women should not be made for marketing jobs.
Why?
That's not the way.
I
They should
think
not be. They should not be in blue collar jobs, or they should not be in business jobs. They can do like sewing stuff like that, and they can be like in a doctor role.
Like business could be like a little flexible there. Like even if we're just going off pure stereotypes, like women communicate.
If it's like
better.
social media marketing and stuff like that, like as a social
I
media.
mean marketing in general, right? Like commercials. Like you can say, like, would you agree that people think women have a better, like, emotional and communicational part with people, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's marketing, is understanding how to talk to people and how, what their reactions are.
How to market.
So a woman would be good at marketing stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I don't. Yeah, but I want to have him as the head of it, not the head of the department. I think that's more of a man's role, to be the head of the department, because the men can control who's being hired and who is being brought onto the team. it can control like how the work environment is. Like if you have a woman as your head of the work environment, some stuff may not be getting done because the men will get in there and actually do the dirty work and tell people and fire people that aren't doing their jobs, whereas the women,
But there
they're
there are
not.
definitely some women who will do that though. Like some hard like she'll come and fire your ass. if you didn't go.
maybe.
But like that's definitely out there.
Yeah,
And it's probably not even that uncommon, honestly.
yeah, I bet.
Would you date a girl like that?
A doctor probably, yeah.
Well, like, what if she wasn't a doctor? She was like the CEO of somewhere. She's like a hard, like she can get in there and do the dirty work and tell somebody like you're fired.
Yeah, I
You
might.
date her?
Yeah, probably.
Do you think she would be like the dominant one in the relationship if she had that kind of personality?
No, I'd make sure I was still the dominant one in the relationship. Even if she was dominant as well, I'd still be the dominant one.
You don't think you'd butt heads at all?
I'll dominate her. Because I'm the dominator.
See, it's the dominator. Damn. Just a hard stance on that. You're always the dominator.
Mm-hmm. There's actually some dude on Twitter that I follow, and his Twitter name's Dominator.
God damn.
That's funny how everything just kind of full circle like that.
I guess it does. We got back to Twitter.
Yeah,
The dominator.
I'm
Alright.
on Twitter. I look at Twitter like 3 to 4 hours a day.
Really?
Yeah,
You're not on
I watch
TikTok, are you?
I use YouTube like 2 to 3 hours. I use TikTok for like an hour or two.
Wow.
I'm on the right side of TikTok though, so like it's not like the cringe version of TikTok. So it's the only side of TikTok you should be on. If you're not on my side of TikTok, then there's no point in using TikTok.
That seems very close-minded.
It's the truth.
What if you're on like a side of TikTok that's dedicated towards science and education?
That TikTok's boring TikTok, and you're not learning anything from that TikTok. You could be learning that shit from YouTube. My TikTok is you have these actual creators making their own videos for what you won't find
Do you
on
make
YouTube.
TikToks?
Yeah, I had 3 TikToks right now on my TikTok
Do you,
profile.
do you want to plug your TikTok before we go off? Because we're going on like 2 hours right now.
Yeah, my TikTok is Renew America, or is also Ian Ulrich 35.
Hit up his TikTok. You'll be on the right side of TikTok. You start following and
You
liking
follow
it.
me on TikTok, don't you, Carson?
I think so. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's gonna be it because we're going on like 2 hours recording. But Ian, it was nice having you on.
Nice being here. Nice being here. Anytime.
Of course, we'll bring you back when we get more than 10 viewers. But
Oh, we got up that really fast.
yeah, we'll figure it out once Spotify approves us.
We'll be on the Joe Rogan level here eventually.
No, we won't. But I appreciate your confidence. All right, that's gonna be a wrap. What did I do last time when we said it was a wrap? Oh yeah, it was like go do something hard.
Hard.
Men.
Hard.